have you seen me without a fresh cut? Probably not too infrequently in the last 2 years, but I saw the preview come up and like, wow, that's what my hair looks like, huh? I haven't gotten a cut since November, so just a little qualifier there. But wanted to record a quick video, and I really don't want this to be more than 5 minutes, but I really just wanted to capture how I was feeling and just my thoughts right now. I'm just having to recalibrate where I'm at. I'm, very frustrated at the lack of progress in the last month. I've really got to two things. I've really got to just admit, which I've already done, that I really screwed up with the week of binging. I mean, I thought the weight would come off in 3 weeks, and that's surreal to see how I was willing to make a trade off of 1 week and then taking 3 weeks to get back. But I was willing to do that. And actually, when I recorded the video, with my last weigh-in when I was at 233 on December 17th, I said I was fine with the entire month of January. But I want to document. Here I am a few weeks later at 240, and I really regret trying to make that trade-off. Even if I make it in 2 weeks, it was not worth it. And it's important for me to put that in video and say it. I will say last year was incredibly difficult, and I definitely needed some downtime, but I've got to find a better way. And I've said this before, and I watched my videos from last year where I said the same thing and I haven't adjusted. I've got to find a better way to feel like I'm not pressing myself against the wall, which is how I constantly feel. I do that in so many areas of my life, my fitness, my diet, work, my finances. Like I am constantly pressing myself and beating myself down. And I've got to find a better way to feel like I'm not stressing myself and that I'm, kind of turning that militant voice in my head off without just totally losing control. Um, because I really regret that week at this point. I really thought 2 to 3 weeks I'd be back. And honestly, if I were back this past Friday, if I was 233, I don't think the trade-off is something I still would want to do again, but I wouldn't feel as bad about it. But here I am at 240, and I'm like, I mean, I really gained a lot of weight in a very short period of time because I've been on my diet for 3 weeks now, and I'm still 7 pounds over where I was 5 weeks ago. And it was all within 1 week. So, I really want to document this, and I need to watch this video before I go on my next break, which will be at the end of March. And that's going to be even more difficult because we're going away. So it's not even like I have access to a kitchen and groceries and my meal service and all of that. But I just need to be cognizant of the fact that I have to live on the other side of those decisions. And right now, I'm really unhappy with where I am. I feel like all of the work from essentially mid-October through mid-December, 2 months of work, was undone within 1 week. And that's a trade-off I don't want to make again. So, really wanted to put that on camera, and I have to face that. I need to watch this. I need to remember this, because I hit the 100-pound loss mark at some point in late October. So that's where I was exactly where I am now. I took 2 months to shed that last 7 pounds, and it's like gone now. And I'm like, I have in my head that all of that weight loss was not real, and it's true. Maybe, getting to 243 in a week, maybe it was a week. I can't remember the exact time. I just remember when I got to 243, I think that was a week and a half later. So maybe 14 of those pounds weren't real because they came off right away. But this last 3 pounds in the last few weeks, like that's real. Like it's not just flying off. Like I really gained 10 pounds in a week. And I just need to recognize that I'm gonna have to dig out of that hole. My mind is never going to be content with anything under 220, and I'm going to continue to crush myself as long as I'm up here. So, I need to really make sure that I am cognizant of this, and I'm going to watch this video before we go out of town at the end of March. Like, I need to make sure I recognize that it's easy to think, oh, I'll be fine, just loosen up in the moment. But when we get back, if I set myself back, if I work hard these next 10 weeks and then we go away, and then I'm back to where I am now, if I come back and I'm 245 and I was 230 at the time, I'm not going to be okay with that. So, I need to make sure I'm honest with myself, and I need to make sure I document how I feel in this moment, because I don't think I did a good enough job of documenting it last January until quarter. I talked about it on my weekly weigh-ins, but I'm very frustrated with where I'm at. So that was one thing I wanted to address. The second is I'm going to just have to accept where I'm at, and I'm going to recalibrate my goals. I texted my boy Drew yesterday and said I'm gonna make 220 by the end of March, and had I started January 1st at 233, that's a very makeable goal. But here I am 10 weeks away saying I'm gonna lose 20 pounds, and I'm setting myself up for failure. I'm setting myself up for a lot of disappointment, and thankfully at the place where I'm not gonna binge and just give up. But I don't need to sit here frustrated and angered and annoyed for the next 10 weeks and then miss the goal. And, the thought I just had is if I'm 229 on March 31st, I shouldn't be disappointed in myself, because all I'm thinking about is, had everything just gone perfectly? It hasn't. It's not like I'm planning on a failure moving forward, but the setback has already occurred, and I've got to accept, and I've got to recalibrate. So I'm going to recalibrate my goals. My goal by my trip is to be under 230, to be in the 220s for the first time since at the latest the summer of 2001, but possibly the 90s. It's possible. I can't remember. I remember summer 2001. I talked about it a few weeks ago, where I was working out all summer and I was planning to play on the basketball team at Binghamton. And I know I got really fit, but I'm not going to remember my weight from then. I don't know. So that's the last even possible time I was in the 220s. But if it was not then I know it was at Genesee Community College, where I was at in 96, and that's when I was 225 and like 7.7, 7.8% body fat. And I remember when I stopped playing, I was over 230, and I pretty much was over 230 for even the rest of the time I was playing ball. But me being 230 at 6'7", and I had a lot more muscle mass. My body fat was in the teens back then. So very different body composition than what it is now, where I'm still in the mid-20s. I'm in the high 20s. I was 27%, 27.2 on Friday. So it's not all just about weight. If my body fat was 8% right now and was 240, I'd fucking look like LeBron James, and I wouldn't feel like I need to lose a damn pound. But because I'm 27% body fat, I still have a lot of work to do. But so I am going to recalibrate my goals. I am going to target getting under 230 by March 31st. I am going to listen to more Boy Drew and dial it back a bit with the one meal a day. Honestly, the only reason I was telling him, he and I were texting quite a bit yesterday, and he was like, I think you need to dial it back because on the weekends you're losing control. I'm 100% honest with myself. The one meal a day I've gotten used to over the last 3 weeks. It's honestly not hard for me, but and I know it's not connected to me losing control on Friday, Saturday nights. Has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with me being conditioned since a kid to feel like Friday night and Saturday night and Friday afternoon as well. Um, it's just like hang back and relax time. Like I'm mentally conditioned to lighten up on my diet in these times. And it's not like because I was doing this even when I wasn't doing the one meal a day. It's always been a struggle for me. In 2020, when I lost the most weight, I lost 50 pounds that year. Um, actually, 55. I went from 305 to 249. So I lost 56 pounds. That's been the biggest year. But even then, Friday nights had pizza every night during the pandemic. It was like I conditioned myself to feel like I'm gonna maintain my discipline all week, and then I'm gonna reward myself Friday night and Saturday night. And the thing I gained from Friday and Saturday, the thing I gained in 2020 was the ability to at least control my weeks. From Sunday to Friday at noon when I was doing my weigh-ins, I had immense control over my diet, but I've mentally conditioned myself to feel like Friday night is cheat night, Saturday night is cheat night, and this predates all of my weight loss. All of like it's even when I had no control over my diet. It's like Friday night I'm going to Buffalo Wild Wings. Friday night I'm ordering pizza. Friday night I'm eating some sort of junk. It's been this predates anything. This predates any transformation. Like this has been my entire life. Friday night when I was a kid, we would order pizzas from Soundview Pizza, and we would get this giant pizza with extra cheese on it, the New York style pizza. I still remember exactly how it tasted. It was so good. But this is a lifetime habit, and my new mantra will be conquer the weekend. I have to conquer the weekend. That is where I'm doing the most damage. I come out of every weekend heavier than I was at my weigh-in, and that has to stop. Um, so I'm gonna dial it back with the one meal a day. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go back to what I was doing before because I was getting great results. I was doing it Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. Um, but I have to conquer Friday night. I have to conquer Saturday night. I've got to conquer the mental hurdle of being predispositioned mentally to feel like this is my time to relax. This Friday, I didn't pig out because I was so frustrated. But again, I had one meal from a day from Sunday through Thursday. And then Friday, I had my two meals from my meal service with a protein shake. I had a bag of, I got some stuff for the football games, and that's another thing. I've gotten better about it, but during football games, I'm used to pigging out. I haven't done that. I haven't done that this entire season, thankfully. But it used to be a routine on Sundays to go to Bobby V's in Stanford and just pig the hell out. Um, eat whatever I want and watch the football games with my buddies, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. But it predispositioned me to feel like I associate football with eating junk. So I had gotten this bag of, I think they're like these they're hummus chips. They're chips made of hummus. Is it? I think it's hummus. I had gotten one for Saturday, and then I had gotten some sweet potato chips for another day. So I was like, Saturday and Sunday, I'm gonna allow myself to have a bag of chips. The whole bag is like 500 calories. Like this isn't a bag of, wavy lays. It's 1,500. But so I had that on Friday afternoon. I was not supposed to. And then I had two veggie burgers with cheese. This is a lot of food for me, but keep in mind that I did track my eating. The total calories was between my lunch meal, the chips, and the veggie burgers. I had 2,000 calories, and I have been eating 1,500 to 2,000 calories a day. So that wasn't bad. But then I did on Friday night, I had four hot dogs that were 300 calories a piece. So I had 3,200 calories on Friday. Um, and I was not supposed to have that. I said I was going to stop with the veggie burgers. And again, it's just Friday nights are my weakest point. Like, especially after my weigh in, because I always say, I got plenty of time until next Friday to work this off. And that mentality, is hurting me. I will say I did weigh myself yesterday to hold myself accountable. So I was 242. So, I don't know what my weight was last weekend, but I can guarantee you on Saturday I gained more than 2 damn pounds. Like, I 100% guarantee you that, because I had pizza and I had chicken strips from Papa John's. And I think out of the pizza, Anaya had 2 slices and I had the other 6. And then I had all of the chicken strips. Like, I really ate a lot of food. So I can guarantee you I gained more than 2 pounds. So this weekend has not been a struggle. Yesterday, because I'm very frustrated with being the 240. Yesterday, my diet was flawless. I had my 2 meals from my meal service and a protein shake, and then I had chicken thighs, couscous, and sweet potatoes for dinner. And I worked out twice. I ran 2 miles and I lifted. So yesterday in the books, I don't. And then it's like Sunday. I don't feel any urges, because on Sunday, my mind is like, okay, it's time to lock in for the weigh-in. And it's like, I have to change my mentality around the weekend. I have to change my mentality about Friday afternoon and Friday night. I was on a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of frustration. I was at a 7 after that weigh-in on Friday. I'm not going to say it was a 10, but it was up there. And even with that, I still had those hot dogs on Friday night. So, the mentality is very much embedded in who I am, and this is going to be something I'm going to work to conquer. And so I am going to commit to doing a weigh-in on Mondays. This is going to be my conquer the weekend weigh-in. Mondays are very busy for me, so it's going to be very, very brief. I'm just going to show my weight. And talk about what I ate over the weekend, but my weekly weigh-ins are like 10 minutes. I need this to be quick, because I'm usually in meeting, but I need to have some accountability for my weekends. So I'm going to commit to a Monday weigh-in, and I'm going to commit to conquering the weekend. CTW, hashtag CTW. That is what I'm going to work on for Q1. This video is much longer than I would like, but I really want to talk about what's kind of inspiring this. I have spent the last day and a half. I watch a lot of stuff on YouTube to kind of keep me mentally locked in on this. And I've watched about 5 episodes of this show called Fit to Fat to Fit. It is just an amazing show where they take trainers, and it's an 8-month process. The trainers meet the clients see the trainers, see how fit they are. The trainers shock their client. The clients don't know in advance. They tell the client, we're going to start working together 4 months from now. But over the next 4 months, I'm going to gain some people it's been anywhere from 25 to 30% of their body weight. This guy, I just watched an episode. He was 205 pounds when he started, and he gained 60 pounds. And then they said, we're going to lose the weight together. And so the first 4 months, they document the trainer eating, just pigging out. And it is crazy seeing they all say the same thing. They all go through the same thing, because these are people who are incredibly disciplined. These are people who have spent almost every one of them said, I've never been out of shape in my entire life. And a lot of them are young, so it's believable. And most of them, pretty much all of them, 6-pack, super lean, super fit. They enjoy that first meal because they've been eating so disciplined for years. And then they document, and when you see them the first 2 weeks, they eating donuts, like, man, this is great. And when you see them in months 3 and 4, they're like depressed. And when the weight's actually on, somebody that's 200, the guy I watched this morning, after 2 months, he was like living it up. He's like eating the wings, like, this is great. Like, and then in month 3, he's got 45 pounds on him, and he's got a gut. And he's like, yo, I don't want to eat anymore, man. I hate the way I look. I'm tired all the time. I used to get up every day at like 4 or 5 in the morning and go for a run, and I felt vibrant and I felt energetic. He's like, I'm getting out of bed 9, 10 o'clock. He's like, I don't like walking out in public. People are looking at me. I've got this gut. I just like when the weight's on and it's been on for some time, you see that transformation versus when they have that first meal, it's like jubilation. Like I'm releasing, this is going to be great. And the thing about it is, then these people, pretty much every single one of them, got under their initial weight except for one. And even he gained 70 pounds and he lost 50 pounds. So the second half of the show, they work with the client and they take the weight off. Out of the 10 episodes I've seen, 9 have hit their initial weight, and one guy was 20 pounds over, but he still was pretty close to a six pack. And he still lost 50 pounds in 4 months. And I just like, the thing about it is, I recognize it's the combination of lifting, dieting, the knowledge of when to eat, the knowledge of what to eat. Like, I'm not there yet, but I'm struggling to take off this last 20 pounds. And I see these people taking off 50, 60 pounds in 4 months because they have the knowledge, because they have the discipline. This one guy I watched yesterday, an episode, he literally puked because his body rejected the food. He's like, I've never eaten like this. Like, I've been super fit my entire life. I don't eat this kind of food. And he was enjoying it at first, and he started getting sick. They literally, every show they document the people's first meal. This guy went in the parking lot and puked because his body just rejected what he was eating. I don't even remember what he was eating, um, but he literally puked because his body, he was one of the fittest. And I would definitely say he was like 7-8% body fat. Definitely, he was super lean. And he's like, I never eat like this. And it's like, you hear people say that, but when you see a guy literally vomiting food that I could just inhale, it tells me where I'm at with my diet versus where he's at with his diet. And he took all of the weight off in the 4 months. And it tells me there are levels to this. And I'm still, I'm a far cry from where I was 2 years ago, sitting here on this very date, but I'm not where these trainers are. And that tells me I still have a lot more learning to do specifically on nutrition. I'm not gonna, this video has gotten way too long. I said it was gonna be 5 minutes, and I see it says I'm at 23, so I'm gonna stop it there. But that has let me know that I really need to re-engage on my learning, particularly about nutrition, and I need to learn a lot more about my lifting and fitness, and perhaps just watching my favorite bodybuilders go through their routines isn't the best. And maybe I need to open myself up to newer ways of training and doing more. But um, the big thing I take away from that is I don't have the knowledge in my head to get super lean, and seeing this guy puke from one meal lets me know he never eats like that. And I still do it once to twice a week. And if that's what I want my body to look like, then that's where I have to be. I have to be at a point where if I even have a meal like that, it's making me sick. And that takes years of conditioning. So just a lot to think about. But wanted to record this quick, super long video and just document what I'm thinking. And just so to recap, I am targeting getting under 220, under 230 by April 1st. And I'm targeting my final weight loss under 220 by July 1st. I'm going to recalibrate. I'm going to accept where I'm at, and I'm not going to put myself in a situation. I'm not going to set myself up in a situation to fail. I screwed up. It's, I'm going to start from where I am, and I'm going to set a track that's not easy, but is not impossible, and is not going to require me to do anything insane to achieve it. So that is one. Two, I'm going to commit to a Monday weigh-in. That is my CTW Conquer the Weekend weigh-in. And three, it is to conquer the weekend. It is to get control of Friday afternoon, really particularly Friday night, And I notice when I do control myself on Friday night, Saturday is much easier. So those are the three things, those are the three takeaways that I want to document and I'm going to work on. So for now, for Reed Fitness, signing off.